Welcome into TalkFCB and welcome back here to the channel, guys. And of course today it's Monday. We are going to be analysing the weekend's performance against Eibar. A comprehensive 3-0 victory, some phenomenal goals. We are going to be looking at the first goal in a lot more detail, breaking down the speed of the passing, the brilliant movement. We are going to be looking at all that. We are also going to be analysing the defensive display from ourselves yesterday, much improved from Piqué and Clement Longley. We're going to be discussing Valverde, and we're also going to be discussing one minor negative from yesterday's performance. All of that and some more. It's coming right up. Let's get into it. But we do start right here with the first goal, and what I'm going to do here, guys, for you is just break it down step by step and really enjoy the passing, the movement, and the real crisp rhythm that we had with this first goal. And bear in mind here, we were just settling into the game, we were trying to get our foot in the game, trying to get some control, and this goal really did start off our game and set the tempo, and it was absolutely brilliant. There's so many different aspects of this goal that you've really got to appreciate, and I'm going to start here with these wider players. You look at Sergio Roberto here, and you look at Jordi Alba, they are holding their width, and you look here how narrow this Eibar back four is. Very, very narrow, simply because the likes of Coutinho, the likes of Messi, they're going to come inside, they're going to play as interior wingers, and they're going to cut in and then exploit that width with Sergio Roberto and Jordi Alba. And you've got to be really, really disciplined. You've got to be disciplined there to keep your width, because Alba, because Roberto, they might not always be involved, they might be tempted to come inside and try and get on the ball, but they can't do that. They've got to be disciplined, keep that width, hug the touchline, and what that does, especially at the Camp Nou, it just makes the pitch humongous. Eibar are used to playing at Iparua, which is a tiny pitch. They can really squeeze, they can really be very, very compact on their own stadium. But going to the Camp Nou, the way that we stretched that pitch yesterday, the way that Coutinho came inside, the way that Messi came inside, it made it so that we exploited all the angles, we exploited that Eibar back line. But it all started here with Arthur Melo, and I think his combination with Sergio Busquets in that midfield is so impressive for so many reasons. But just take a look at this here. It's actually Arthur who's the deeper man. He's inviting the pressure. He's got Enrich closing him down. He's got Juan Jordan closing him down. But what he does is really well. He could pass it back here to Clement Longley. He could pass it back to Ter Stegen, but he doesn't. He hesitates a little bit. He does a little swivel, as you know that Arthur can do, and then he breaks the lines. That's the first line broken there into Sergio Busquets. And then what sometimes people don't appreciate about Sergio Busquets is that vision of his. Yes, he's fantastic in terms of his positioning all over the pitch. He's fantastic in terms of his passing range, and he's able to be very, very press resistant. But what he does have is extraordinary vision, because as that ball is even arriving to him from Arthur Melo, and he knows that it's come, because that's the thing, when he plays with Arthur, he knows that he has that ability to find him in these kind of areas. He's central here, he's not got somebody closing him down, and he's so quick to react. He passes this ball first time to Phillipe Coutinho, and he knows where he is. He's already got the picture painted in his mind. He can find Coutinho. It's a great ball round the corner, and bang, with two passes there from Arthur Melo and then straight into Sergio Busquets. Fantastic play there. You've broken two lines immediately with that little bit of movement and that timed running. And then Coutinho here is in space. And what he does next is exactly what Coutinho's got to do. When he comes inside, when he's receiving the ball in these kind of areas, he explodes onto the scene. He explodes onto Eibar. He advances. He doesn't wait. He doesn't hang around. He doesn't dawdle on the ball. He's running into space there. He's dragging out the Eibar fullback. He's inviting on their centre-backs. And then he's saying to Luis Suárez, make your move, because I'll find you. And that's exactly what happens. And the combination play between the two of them is outstanding. Coutinho into Suárez, a little back heel flick there from Suárez, back into Coutinho, who doesn't just stand there and admire his pass, he's onto it. He's continuing that run. He's continuing advancing on Eibar. That's what you've got to do. And then Coutinho here into that space. He's then asking Suárez again, once Suárez makes that ball, to make that run in behind. That's exactly what happens. And as you know, it is across the goalkeeper. And if we just watch that now in full speed and appreciate the movement, the passing, the pace, and that's what I mean when I talk about intensity in the attacking third. When you pass at that pace, when you move the ball that quickly, and when you move like we do, there is no stopping us. Champions League final, La Liga game, Copa del Rey, you name it. If we move the ball that quickly, and we have the players on the pitch who can be as devastating as we know they can be, Suárez, Coutinho, Messi, Arthur, Busquets, those are world-class players, and when we move the ball this quickly, no stopping us. Bang, bang, bang. Coutinho Coutinho advancing, little flick there, 1-2, brilliant movement, in behind, goal. Simple as that. And that is what Barcelona can do. We didn't do it for the whole game yesterday. We didn't maintain that kind of level for 90 minutes. But what we did do was show flashes. Flashes of what we're capable of, flashes of the Barcelona that we know and love, and flashes of what we have to see in the big games this season if we really are going to be successful. And obviously yesterday I spoke in depth about Phillipe Coutinho's performance, but just to really hammer on about that and really hammer home the stats here, the most dribbles out of any player on the pitch yesterday, some fantastic skills, some brilliant nutmegs, some really nice flicks right throughout the game that really did come off, and he was devastating yesterday when he was running at Eibar, and like I say, that's what you want to see from Phillipe Coutinho. And he also had the most attacking third passes of any Barcelona player, and he was appearing in that final third and really making sure that he got on the ball and that he used it in the best possible way. But what I want to talk about here is Ernesto Valverde and Gerard Piqué. I'm going to come on to the defence in just a moment because there's a lot of good things yesterday the defence did. But I just want to talk about Valverde and Piqué because as that first goal went in, as Suárez was celebrating, the fans were on their feet. But as you all have noticed if you watched it, the TV cameras then panned to Valverde and Gerard Piqué, who on the touchline, Valverde had basically got in Piqué's face and he was really giving him instructions. He was really giving him orders because before that goal, we were not doing so well. We were sitting back, we were inviting pressure, Eibar were coming onto us, they had a few moments in front of goal, didn't really happen for them, but Valverde on the touchline, even after we scored that first goal, was getting in the face of Piqué, saying, look, we need to do this, we need to do that, and that is what I want to see from Ernesto Valverde. Do not be happy with mediocrity, do not be happy with sitting back, absorbing pressure at the Camp Nou. That is not Barcelona by any stretch of the imagination, and it was actually refreshing yesterday to see him getting in there and saying, look, this is not good enough, telling a leader like Gerard Piqué, standing up to somebody like that, giving out orders to take back to the team and improve our game, and that's what happened, and we have to see that more from Valverde. He has to be bold, he has to be brave, he's got to stand up to these players, and he has to demand the best at all times, again, if we're to be successful. But like I said yesterday, right throughout the game, there was many good moments, of course, from an attacking perspective, but defensively yesterday, you've got to give them credit, Gerard Piqué included, Clement Lenglet was fantastic, you've got to give them credit when they deserve it, because obviously when they're not good enough, we've spoken about it here, we've analysed the defensive mistakes that have gone on this season, but when they are like they were yesterday, we are very good and a lot more solid for it. Gerard Piqué, Clement Lenglet, the stats will back that up. They are impeccable in their clearances. They were very good in terms of their interceptions. Gerard Piqué in terms of tackles was absolutely fantastic. They were very good yesterday at handling Eibar, who, let's face it, were very good on the day. They had Sergi and Rich up front, they had Jordan just behind him, they had players out wide, and right up until the 90th minute, Eibar kept going. They never gave up, even though they lost 3-0, they were always coming on to us, they were always asking questions, and the defence yesterday stood firm. And the best thing about yesterday's game is Ter Stegen was not forced into save after save after save. Only once or twice did we rely on the services of Marc-Andre Ter Stegen, and that's how it should be. Your defence has got to deal with it. First your midfield, if you get through the midfield, then the defence. And I want to highlight in particular a brilliant moment in that first half, at a very pivotal moment, I think it was only 1-0 at the time. It was Clement Lenglet who got back into a really dangerous area. It was a fantastic ball in, Eibar were attacking it, and Rich was in the box, but Lenglet gets in between the striker and Ter Stegen, and he manages to head it away, and it's so good because he's so close to his own goal. Could have been an own goal, could have gone absolutely anywhere, but Lenglet gets back in there, he arches his neck, he gets the header away, and that is the kind of defending that we want to see. Put your body on the line, make sure you're aware of that danger, and when it comes, deal with it. Yesterday, the defence did that, and for that, they deserve a lot of credit. And I think, to be honest, if there was one negative really from yesterday's game, a lot of people said, weren't happy with the drop off, and obviously we'd like to see an intense performance of the full 90 minutes, but realistically, we didn't really need to do that yesterday. So I can understand why Barcelona maybe just took their foot off the gas just for a little bit, simply because we were winning convincingly. We didn't need to overexert ourselves yesterday. But if there was one thing, it would be about the offsides. And I know a lot of you guys will know exactly what I mean by this, because right throughout the game yesterday, time and time again, we were getting caught offside. Now, some of the time it was due to Eibar playing a high line and playing it well, let's face it, but other times it was just due to a lack of effort really, a lack of understanding in the way we were making our runs. Sergio Roberto a few times was having the ball, hanging on to it a bit too long. Suárez has already made that run and then he plays the ball too late, we're caught offside. I think a lot of the time you've made your run, it's a good run in behind, and you've got to be quicker then to release that pass, and sometimes it's just a bit sluggish. I think yesterday 8 times we were caught offside. That's too many really. victory for a top-level team, top-level professionals, very, very fit athletes who do, of course, make those kind of runs, but we've got to time them, and we've got to time the passes as well, because like I said, if that was one negative, it was a bit sluggish yesterday in that department. But overall, guys, like I said yesterday, a very comprehensive win. There was some fantastic goals, just like that first one there. The movement, the passing, that was brilliant and captivating really to watch as a Barcelona fan. I hope that you all enjoyed it, and of course, this week is comeback week. The Copa del Rey is coming on Thursday. Levante lead 2-1. Will we turn it around? We are going to find out. Lots more coming up, guys. Thank you for watching. Get involved in the comments down below. Let me know your thoughts. But until then, as always, Vesca el Barça.